and all. So let us do that again. And oh, it's showing like Mausam Mission. Mausam was the one who did it last. Okay, we generally use the same system. Okay, sorry for that. It's Nabindu. Nabindu Vishwas, the founder of PWD, and Mausam was the one who was who was here last. So it is showing his name. Okay, so that is there. We have a same recording, same streaming studio in the office. So that is like that. Okay, so if everyone is there, they can ask questions, and let me answer some of the questions and all. And some one of my student actually just pinged, and he was asking about she wanted to do a React Native development, and some the back only I did talk this with another one of my student about this React Native thing. Okay, let me check. Hello all. Okay. Is it going to YouTube? Yeah, it is going to YouTube. It means I'm live on YouTube also. So that is there. One sec. Okay, no problem. Okay, so what was someone asked me? Actually, I got this question two times as I'm answering this thing. Someone asked me that they wanted to do React Native development, and this is not one time. This is a second student who asked me for React Native development, and I told them that it's best to do React Native development. You should have a M1 MacBook M1. You should have to do it. Please don't go with Windows machine for React Native development, because the problem with Windows machine is not that you cannot buy a very powerful Windows machine. It is not like that. The problem is that for what is the React Native development? React Native development, you can do both iOS and Android development, and it's actually 90% similar to React, so you don't have to worry. But you need a very powerful system, and even if you get a very powerful Windows system, that is not a big thing. The thing is that for iOS development, or to show it on iOS simulator, or to run that code on iOS, you need an Apple device. That is the thing, is that you need an Apple device, and M1 is the best device to get. So you need one Apple device for that reason. That's why the entry point to React Native is a bit higher. Okay, even if you say, okay, I want to only do Android development and all, because you cannot run that on iOS simulator. And if you don't run it on iOS simulator, there's a little bit of difference here and there, and all those things are there. So how you are going to see the difference? So I always say, people who want to get into React Native, who want to get into mobile development, please go for a Apple laptop or Apple desktop, anything. But I also have an Apple desktop. I have an M1 Mac Mini, but it is only having 8 GB, and I'm facing a lot of problem because of that. I'm planning to go to 16 GB because of that. So 8 GB is okay, but it is not okay for streaming, for development, and everything. So at least go for 16, because 16 GB is enough for a Mac. Go for 16 GB for a Mac. For if you want to do React Native development, even the Android also runs there in thing. But for me, means Android Studio in my 8 GB of M1, it doesn't runs good. Okay, so that is there. So if someone wants to ask some other questions, they can ask, or else I will continue, because I get a lot of questions from a lot of students. Okay, so that is there. And one more question which I got from a student recently on my LinkedIn was that he have done MTech. Okay, first he have done B, and in B he learned ASP, and then he MTech also he continued to do ASP.NET and all those things. After that, after MTech, he didn't got a job in a like proper software field. After doing MTech in computers, he didn't got a job in software field. And what he had to do then after that, he had to do some other job, like in a in some companies, you have to do some other job. Now he wanted to get back into IT field, and he pinged me on LinkedIn. A lot of people asked this career advices on me, on career advice to me on LinkedIn. So he pinged me on LinkedIn and told me that, sir, I want to do again, go back to ASP.NET and learn. I told him, you didn't got a job on the first step for ASP.NET. Why do you want to go to ASP.NET? There is no jobs in ASP.NET for the past 15. If you say in there are jobs in Java, I will okay. There are little bit of jobs in Java. But ASP.NET is a dead language, DEAD dead language, very less job. Maintenance jobs are there because the projects which once start, they keeps on going. So you might hear people like, okay, ASP.NET, C#.NET, they have got job for backend developers and all. They have jobs, everything. Even mainframe have job, which is used like 30 years back. Mainframe also have jobs in IT, but you should not learn mainframe in today's world. So like that, you should not learn .NET. If you know the MTech, you will not get a job if you learn .NET. You have to learn React. You have to learn the JavaScript ecosystem. Yesterday, I was hearing to a very good podcast. There is a very good technical podcast known as Syntax FM by two very good people. Okay, if you want, you can go to, yeah, means that podcast is such a good thing that you don't have to hear to any other podcast to be technology, to be on the way ahead of your colleagues, and to be on level field where the technology is going. So in that also, those two guys, they only work on JavaScript ecosystem. You don't have to go outside the JavaScript ecosystem to be good into this. There is so much thing to learn in JavaScript ecosystem. Right now, I am going for a corporate training in Bangalore for a bit experienced people, like 1 year experience in React.js, and I have to teach them TypeScript, GraphQL, and Next.js. These three things are used a lot in the industry. After React, what to do? People ask me. After React, you do these three things: React.js, types, not React.js, TypeScript. TypeScript is used a lot in service company, a lot in a lot of companies, because it's. I used to find TypeScript a bit difficult and all, but nowadays what I'm seeing that life TypeScript is required sometime. Okay, so because it it catches error even before you save it, and sometimes it is very powerful. So all the companies nowadays uses TypeScript. Okay, every like not the startup, like I will say company like Microsoft actually invented TypeScript, so they will definitely use it. But maybe a mid-level kind of a company, like a product-based company, startups are always in a hurry. Small startups are always in a hurry. They will never use TypeScript because they want the product to be go out as soon as possible. So they won't use TypeScript. But who will use TypeScript? And the people like maybe a mid-level product-based company, and maybe service-based company which is developing some product, and they want a robust product, and for that they will require TypeScript. Then there is this GraphQL is used a lot, okay, nowadays. And it's like something, means you can use instead of the REST API, this GraphQL. And GraphQL is very powerful, like very powerful, like it gives you a query kind of a language. Like in a REST API, in an endpoint, you will get all the data. But in a REST API, what in a is GraphQL, what happens, if you don't want all the data, you can get only that much of data. And it's very easy. You don't have to modify a lot in REST API. You have to modify a lot in the backend code and all. But here from the front end, you only will ask for that much data which you want, and you'll get that much data only. Suppose there are 1,000 records are there, and in those 1,000 records there are address, name, email, phone number, everything. But I only want the name and the email, then I will get that. In a REST API, it is not possible. It will send you all the data back. Okay, so that is like that. So it is again used a lot in the industry. So these are some of the technology which were there 2 3 years back. Okay, now they have matured and used a lot. And then the next is like I've seen a lot of startups who have production app in Next.js. So Next.js is like a server-side rendering. React was having a problem. This is not server-side rendering, too much have a client heavy, and Next.js is 99% React. All the code is same. Routing is much more easier in Next.js. So again, that is used a lot, and you can do some server-side coding also a lot in Next.js. So Next is another thing which is used a lot. Okay, nowadays. Okay, so that is there, and okay. So today there are very less people. I don't know, means maybe I didn't join at the right time. So that's the reason there were not many people today. Okay, so okay, 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 okay. So maybe people don't have too many questions nowadays. And generally, a lot of people attend this. I don't know what happened today. No, nobody want to have any career related questions and all. So nobody's asking any career related questions and all. So not an issue. Will like and today at this time. I don't know next Wednesday or next 1 or 2 Wednesday I will be able to take it or not, because I'm traveling and I'm going for corporate training to Hyderabad and Bangalore. So I don't know whether I will be able to take it. So that is there, and we will end here. And if you have any other career related doubt or anything, so you can ask all career related doubt. So if you have someone, I'm seeing someone is watching, so maybe I'm only watching or what, I don't know. Okay, so if you have any career related doubt, please drop me a message on, maybe I will give my LinkedIn. So LinkedIn I am the most active. Okay, so I will give my LinkedIn profile. So some people are watching on LinkedIn also. Okay, so please do connect on LinkedIn, and you can ask any question to me there, because someone is asking me question there also, how to prepare for HTML5 and CSS3. What is this kind of question? Means HTML5 and CSS3, they're HTML only and CSS only. Okay, so someone asked me this question, how to prepare for HTML5 and CSS3. They're HTML only. Just prepare for just prepare for HTML and CSS. You don't have to prepare for HTML. HTML is very small. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so I think we're done a lot. So we will end it here, and thank you all. We'll meet again next week.